Anyway, yes, I am slowly making a big comeback with the flu thing. Still got a little bit of the sniffles, so there still may be right back to do the gross stuff off stream. I do start with a prayer, and Snowkai, you will be up first. Today I have chosen the prayer of St. Francis, only because I believe the world has gone bat-s crazy. And I think we need to just chill. And the prayer of St. Francis for me is my chill prayer, knowing everything's going to be okay. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. Where there is sadness, let me sow joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. And in no way is that promoting that you exit this world at your own hand. So anyway, Snowkai. My guides were quite insistent on which deck I was going to be using. So if you could just pop up and say hi, Snowkai, because I'm getting a little bit of a groove thing. And Purposeful Tortoise, welcome in. I have had some difficulty with my chat box, so it's been coming and going as it pleases. But we'll get there, and as you may have noticed, the queue is actually now set at 10. So you may have noticed it's no longer the 5 that it was while I was sniffling and snuffling everywhere. But yes, I'm doing okay, Snowkai. And you can understand, I'm doing this like... Who was it that made that dance popular? Was it Carlton off Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Or Joey or Friends? One of the two. But I'm getting a huge woohoo! Woohoo! And I feel as if, get the groove thing going. You started off the energy of the reads today well, Snowkai. Okay, I am feeling that this is a long-awaited, yes, finally things are turning in my direction. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see the world card. Teeny Pop, welcome in. Oh, I've got to do your shout out immediately, Teeny Pop, definitely. And Horse Drawn Portrait, thank you for the resub. 18-month subversary as well. Oh, you see some light. I feel as if the person that at work that has made your life awkward has left. Hey, Barrakill, welcome in for the first time in the chat. Doing good. The chat will probably let you know how they're doing. But Snowkai, can you understand the person that made your life difficult at work has left? Oh, Horse-Drawn Portrait. Thank you for gifting a sub to Stasia. The generosity here is just I can feel the love today, and I can really feel it. You're not sure? Then I feel as if sleep is now an issue for you. Everything seems to be falling into place, but sleep is an issue. So either you're working overtime. Yeah, I feel you might be working overtime. And sleep is an issue now. But there's an ooh la la card here. Ask away your question. Don't worry, you get the sub reads. No, Kai, you've resubbed. So then if you're trying to attract the hours, am I reading that right? You're trying to attract the hours? Adapt. Okay. Yeah. Well, ask your question, Snow Kai, because I got like ooh la la cards here. And yes, it's blush time. Blush time for me. It revolves around money. I feel you're trying to save. You're trying to spend less, save more. Okay. I feel it may be through an app, as in like PayPal or something along those lines. Oh, you poor thing. You can resonate with that. I feel there is a window where you can reclaim. So follow it up. I feel there is some way of reclaiming, because it's like face recognition wasn't used where that's your normal go-to or something along those lines. Then keep doing it. I'm fighting bureaucracy at the moment. Anyone who knows where the planets are aligning at the moment, bureaucracy is a nightmare for most people I talk to. Okay, yeah, I'm getting all la la. There's something going on in love life, and this is actually what's going on now is preventing you from throwing everything or sacrificing too much in an intimate relationship, because I feel there's a need to stand back and play it slow. Yeah, ooh la la. Ooh la la. It's like then there's a need to play it slow. I feel you may be dealing, you've distanced, you've ghosted someone. Snow Kai, you've ghosted someone. You've just stopped responding. Not that there was a lot to respond to, but you've stopped responding. And the person you've stopped responding to knows the mistake they made, and they're trying to, it's like a duck. They're floating calmly above the surface, but they're pedaling like crazy underwater. Okay. I feel as if there's a distance in with this person, and the distance is you need reassurance in other ways because the distance is there. I feel they may live somewhere where you have to fly to see them, rather than drive to see them. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, but a lot of people don't, even with, yes, but please don't ghost. If they're reaching out, respond. Let them know that this is a problem or what you are perceiving as the problem, and try and make it a little more specific than effort. Effort's a general word. I put in effort to get dressed up for streaming every single stream. Does that mean it's exactly the same effort every stream? No. But I still put in the effort. There's communication coming in quickly from this person. It's like they've reached a hallelujah moment. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, I really do feel as if they've shocked themselves by the feelings they're having. And we can all be comfortable in expressing our feelings. We can all be comfortable in being vulnerable enough to express our feelings. However, the people we're dealing with might not be that brave. And I feel that's what you're dealing with at the moment. Is somebody that's not quite that brave yet. They're getting there. Okay, there's something about the 7th. Either a birthday is on the 7th, there's a poignant date that's the 7th of this month. Yep, 7th of this month. You got the Sun. Okay. Keep tabs on the 7th. And because I'm in Australia, remember the 7th, we're a day earlier than the other side of the world. So 7th or 8th, pay attention to the 8th. I'm getting the 7th here in Melbourne, Australia. Masterless Tarot. I don't have the Masterless Tarot. So my guides choose the tarot decks. But Snow Kai, overall communication is the key. Don't invest, but don't put the brakes on the communication. As far as the hours at work go, there is going to be a surge in the hours. So be aware that your energy is going to be there, and it'll stop you from pouring in emotion to this person. Yes, respond. I feel there's a pay increase due. I would say yes, respond, but because you are going to be busy with work, it's going to slow you down in responses with the person. So it's going to be good. And make sure your communication is, yeah, there will be conflict, exactly. So they're going to have to wait. But I wouldn't put the brakes on it. I would still communicate. Try and look at communication as a way of saying, this is what I desire. What do you desire in a long-term situation? Be as blunt as that. Because even in written communication where they've got time to think, somebody that's not interested in long term will stutter over that question. I feel you may have walked away from this situation because you didn't 100% agree on something. But if we want a partnership, part of that partnership is, or relationship, whatever label you want to put on it, part of that is compromise, caring and compromise. But if we can't compromise, why are we in it? There you go. Because Cynthia knows exactly what's going on. Yeah, little things you can compromise on, but your moral compass, no, don't compromise on your moral compass. If your moral compass says be helpful to those who are less fortunate than you, and you get a derogatory remark from your potential person saying they don't deserve it, or why are you being so stupid, it's like, I'd be like, ta-ta. Yeah, like I've got a different dietary requirement to anyone I might potentially go out with, and there has to be compromise. I think I've let you all know I'm allergic to eggs. And yet chickpea juice are gluten-free. There you go. But chickpea juice, you know, the juice from chickpeas being soaked, as well as chickpeas, act as egg white and egg yolk. Egg white is the juice, and it will whisk up. It will whisk up just as good as egg whites. Takes a little longer. But it still means you can have cake. Then ask the questions that are going to put a stop to the game. Like, this is what I want. Tell me what you want. Leave it as an open question. Or this is how I see a relationship. Leave it as an open question. How do you see a relationship? If they come back with a one-word answer like same, I'd say elaborate. And yeah. And that way we can still maintain our own moral compass, our own desires. And a good question to ask, and Teeny Pop may have a few more, a good question to ask is, are you willing to give up anything for a relationship? Or name something that you feel you can give up. And, there you go. Yeah, the Rider-Waite. This is my very first tarot deck. So it's now 40 years old. I checked the price stamp. It's 40 years old this month. But, yeah. And what do you see as the most important contribution to a relationship? And, or the most important element in a relationship? And you get more answers that way, Snowkai. So try that with the person, and if they come back with one-word answers, just give them a one-word answer back, like elaborate. Expand on it is a politer way of putting it. I know, Teeny Pop, you and I both know that for the right person, when we find someone that is our peace, we will give up everything. But too many people are giving up everything without even getting something. That's what I have for you, Snow-Kai. And Dana, you are next. And I feel Dana's question is a relationship-related question. Oh, my guides are speaking to me loudly today. Dana, can you relate to needing relationship question? Yes, but Cassandra, this is where modern generations get confused. There you go. I'll get to you in a second, Dana. I just want to clarify. Oh. Bonsoir. Parlez-vous français? I can sing in French. Don't know whether I can speak it though. I'll just clarify Cassandra's response. When we say for the right person, we've already tested that person. See, age is a factor here because and also assumptions being made, male, female assumptions. I can remember when I first started catching the train to work that men would give up their seats for a lady. And every female person was a lady. They may have been a skanky lady, but the male still gave up the seat. That was in no way saying the female was weaker. Trust me, no way. It was, I respect your gender. My legs can stand the travel a bit more than yours. I'll give you the seat so you can rest. So that gesture was positive, and yet it's totally disappeared. I think in the last, say, 5 years, and I walk with a walking aid, a gentleman has given up a seat for me once, and I've been ultra verbal about it. No, because too many men are afraid to exhibit those manners through fear of being labelled misogynistic. So we've got to look at culture as well as what we give up. Oh, see, that's where you need to overtly thank them. If we're wanting good behaviours to come back in society, we need to be overtly thankful. It's like we've got to make up for all of this equality stuff. And even though I'm an outspoken Scorpio, seriously, I am an outspoken Scorpio. So if someone disrespected me, they're going to get a mouthful. However, I have never been disrespected by a man who is looking at my comfort over theirs. If a man's willing to stand on an hour train ride to the city just so I can be comfortable and have a seat, that's a good man. Yet I need to get to know a bit more before I say they're the right one. There's lots of good men out there. There's lots of great men out there. But we've got to look at our responses. Oh, as he should. He's your partner. Cassandra. If my partner didn't do that, they'd get a slap upside the head. They'd get a slap upside the head. It wouldn't matter if it was crowded or not. It'd be like, nah, I sit first. See, this is where my Scorpio comes in good, but it's different when it's a partner versus when it's a stranger. I do have to say that it's different. And Oh, yeah, but we can be raised in the... I've got to get back to Dana's read. Oh, I could go on with this conversation. Chat, feel free. I am back, and I knew I was having trouble with my bit rate. Dana, I feel as if there's a situation that has arisen, and it's almost like you're realizing the silent hurt. Thank you for the welcome back. Just let me know if you can understand that, Dana. You're realizing the silent hurt. Okay. I want to say this is a spiritual awakening within a couple. And it could be a confession. A confession from the other person. And it's something that goes way back. It's not something that they were talking about that's recent, only you found out about it recently. Okay, there's still attraction. And I want to say the revelation is trust. I have to say the revelation here is trust. I feel as if you've wanted to run. You've wanted to escape. You've wanted to just get away. But just remember, we can do that. And yeah, we might feel better while we're away. But our problems don't go away just because we do. Yeah, there's definite stress. I want to say this is fixable. This is fixable. You've got the World card. And I'm feeling a Leo energy coming through here. Oh, Teeny Pop, sorry to see you leave the queue. And I know at times I can be a perfectionist, but I'm feeling perfectionist energy here. As if there's a standard that has been followed for a long time. Oh, that's probably me, Teeny Pop. My bit rate's not behaving the way it should today. It's going up and down. Going up and down. So Dana, if you can relate to that, just let me know, because I feel as if this has something to do with expectation or being compared to a past person. It's either your expectation of your person, it resonates. Yeah, or being compared to a past person. It's very powerful, but it's powerful both sides. I'm seeing this as it needs talking about, but someone's not talking. and comparing yourself. I thought it was inner perfectionism. So there you go. Thank you for admitting that, Dana. I thought I was the only one that would admit perfectionism. But there's a strong, powerful truth here. And I do feel it's solvable. Okay, you've got the Sun. You've got 3 major arcana in a row. Truth, power, and support. I do see this as fixable. And you've got the 10 of gems, which is protection in this deck. Okay. I feel within 8 to 10 days, you're going to have a deep and meaningful conversation about whatever's going on here. Because I'm feeling like it's something that would hurt me, but I need to acknowledge my own part in what's playing out. There is change coming with that deep and meaningful conversation, and it is positive change. I'm picking within yourself, it's anxiousness. Lucky you, Stasia. Lucky you. But I do get within yourself, you're fearing challenging it. Yeah, challenge it. And I want to say, pay attention to the signals. Ask if the person concerned is okay. You know, did you have a good day? You know, friend talk. And if they had a good day, say, well, is your head clear enough for us to have a talk? It's like picking a time to have a battle. Because I do feel your pain needs to be acknowledged here. However, your role in the situation also needs acknowledgement. You know me, I'd much rather have hearts and flowers and happily ever afters and all of that stuff. Okay. As I said at the start, I feel this is fixable. I do feel like there may be a holiday somewhere. There may be a getaway. It may have been planned a while ago and there's been delays. Planned or talked about a while ago. Yeah. I do feel that's the perfect time. You'll go. You'll go. And I feel as if there's a lot of scenery. And to you it is just boring scenery. However, there's stops along the way where you can have a deep and meaningful exchange. So whatever's going on here is fixable. And have a look at this. The fixable freedom. That's one of the first cards. And I want to say this is divine intervention, but it's divine intervention to make you both grow stronger. It sounds so pretty, but there's always... Deep and meaningfuls are never easy for either party. But if we don't have them, we're just in a state of monotony or routine boredom. Whereas if we have them, we can grow stronger as a team. And when I say that, we're talking about couples here. So have that conversation. Even though it might be awkward, have it. But using a pleasant tone or a solution-focused language can assist with getting the other person to engage in fixing things. You were just thinking of it too. There you go. My guides, when they're on point, they're on point. Oh, and yes, the scrying workshop. Yeah, strong communication. Be in a level of conviction with your own values. Don't let anyone push you off your own values. However, if you approach it in a solution-focused conversation, there's words that are solution-focused. Even in French, isn't that right? I've forgotten the name now. Braquilla? Braquil? Yeah, Braquil. Barraquil. Even... Okay. The auto mod did something and I haven't had a chance to... It's expired. Sorry, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I should have caught that, but didn't. Yeah. So, Dana, there you go. It is fixable. When I was speaking about skanks on trains, a true gentleman will stand up for any lady. Because as far as they know, every female is a lady. Even the skanks used to get... Like, I'd know some... I'd know some females that didn't have that value. And they're still a female, they're still a lady, but they're a lady without the value. And it's like, it was... Yeah, it's my fault it didn't post in the chat because I didn't see it pop up. So there you go. I didn't see it pop up. It's not blasphemy. I just didn't catch it when it popped up and now the auto mod's timed it out, so I can't go back. But Dana, just trust that it's solvable and go with a solution focus, but I do see the road trip. Sabs, you are up. Okie dokie. Hello, Sabs. Can you understand you're exhausted right now? Oh, definitely. No, don't interrupt your road trip to... You're welcome, Dana. Don't interrupt your road trip for giving me feedback. Have your road trip, enjoy it. And when you get back, fill me in. Okay. Exhausted. Yeah. This is... There we go. I made... All ladies are ladies. The worst skank. Very true, Teeny Pop. Very true. Everybody, every human being deserves respect for being a human being. They might have gone down the wrong path, but if we don't respect that they're human and can make mistakes, we then prevent the healing from happening. Just remember that the next time you come across someone that's not vibing with you. We're all human. We can all make mistakes. And even the worst skank needs forgiveness. Thank you, Teeny Pop. I've made mistakes. Okay. Sabs. I was going straight to bed after this. I feel as if there's been a discovery. What I'm seeing, Sabs, is a quilt, and it's a discovery of something that was handed down or gifted. And I'm seeing like a quilt or a bedspread. Oh. No, you didn't say a bad word, Teeny Pop. Haven't run into any of those. Then, Sabs, I need to say you and your person have become closer in the process of the last week. Don't worry, the bed's made. What I'm seeing is the bed is made. Yeah. Well, the auto mod picked that up too. So the auto mod must be multilingual. Okay. There's been a lot of discussion. Okay, Sabs. There's been a lot of discussion about the process, and I feel it's just driven you closer. It's like there's been laughter, there's been tough times about, okay, we're not taking that. But there's been laughter while doing it. There you go. I do feel with the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, there's been some juggling of the finances. Thank you, Cassandra. Coffee time. Charlie, welcome in. I'm going to refund the stretch at the moment. Oh, 11 months anniversary, Charlie. Woohoo! Okay. I feel the money is the only pin. Let's call it a pin. Because face it, if we sat on a pin or put our hand in a pin, they're two very different things. Yeah, common words have got replaced big time. No, I feel escrow. I'm using Sabs' language here, Cassandra. So escrow has sped up. I feel it has more to do with Stella than you. Escrow has sped up. I do feel that there is the occasional, oh my God, what have we got ourselves into? And then it's like, then someone says something and the joy comes back. Okay. I do feel you need your rest, Sabs. I do feel you need your rest. This is an emotional roller coaster at the moment for both you and your person. But you seem to be coming together at exactly the right times. So it's confirmation that you've got the right partner. Okay. And Again, I get the hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I am getting that, but I'm also getting the exhaustion. The southern US is having a bad time. Oh. It has to be the south, doesn't it? The south are a little bit different. Okay. Then just understand your move will be post that season. But it'll be post that season. Yasmin Tux, welcome in, and it's exclamation point join to join the queue. Thank you, Cassandra. But I do get, sleep is something that's not coming easy at the moment, Sabs. And I want to say, even with partner side by side, it's like a disturbed sleep both sides. Okay. Yeah. And I get it affects both. It affects two people. What have I been saying about this move, Sabs? It's going to be like Joy, your forever home. Is it eclipse season thing? Because I haven't been sleeping well and I put it down to the cold. And there's a realization that your differences complete you. It's like your differences make you a whole when it comes to the couple thing. And you've seen a lot of those differences in the last week. This is what's on the bottom of the deck. The Three of Pentacles. Total stability. I'm loving this. Yeah, it's total stability. It's like, who would have thought that a three-legged chair would be stronger than a four-legged chair? But it is. And it's like your differences make you perfect as a couple. And once the move does happen, I'm going back. I think I said this to you last week, Sabs. I'm not totally remembering because of the cold that I had. But there's going to be something discovered. And I feel like I said brocade material. There's going to be something discovered that is of value and high value. But I do feel as if the fixable problem will be fixed just before you get there. You think you remember it? I think I saved it as a highlight, so it should be there for a little while. Am I doing an oracle, Sabs? The seller has agreed to some repairs. I feel that will cover the repair I saw in the driveway. And I feel like it's a sloped driveway or an uneven driveway. Okay, vintage wisdom, sign of the times, law of positivism, magic of unicorns, energy and spirit. Your choice, Sabs. Sign of the times. I thought we were going to go normal. Thank you for choosing that. I don't know if anybody else in the great wide world has had similar problems, but I've had some real problems with the arthritis I've got in my hands lately. And I know what it's caused by, okay? It's me burning things in the oven and then having to scrub dishes after it. So get your minds out of the gutters. I feel as if something relating to peace or tranquility is going to show up here, Sabs. You watch now that I've said it. I'll be off with this, but I feel peace or tranquility is going to show up. Cards were just flying everywhere. It's me being a bad shuffler. Got absolutely nothing to do with spirit. Trust me. Nothing to do with spirit. Mountains, that came up last week. Yeah, mountains. How apt is that, Sabs? I feel that is scenery entering the town you're going to. Not so much the white. Not so much the white, but the pines definitely. And it's as if your town's on the other side. That's what I'm picking up. But we'll see what Crystal Banner has to say about this card. Yeah, it's not in the mountains. It's on the other side. And I think you'll know what I mean by that. It's on the other side. But you have to go around to get to it. 5. Okay. I'm going to do this without specs today. Crystal Banner says, mountains can be intimidating and overwhelming. When you encounter obstacles in your life, you probably wonder, how do I move forward, or what do I do now? Which are valid questions and concerns, especially in the face of a mountain in your path. But all hope is not lost. Encountering obstacles along your path is not always a sign to give up. Okie dokie. I'll just pause there while I delete. There we go. Is not always a sign to give up. Sometimes it is an opportunity to get creative and take an alternative route. The best way to move forward is whatever way works for you, including going around, climbing over, or going through. It's not always the day to tackle the challenge of climbing to the top of an issue. And sometimes you will learn more taking the long way round anyway. Take different approaches to overcome the issue, to overcome the issues that stand between you and your goal. There may be some delays and detours, but with determination and perseverance, you can turn an obstacle into an opportunity and an inspirational story to tell at the end of the journey. Okay, build spiritual strength and belief in self is another alternative meaning. And lessons through adversity. And I do know that lessons that we learn by overcoming obstacles are quite often the ones that teach us the most. Arubial, welcome in. Sabs, I know that's not entirely applicable, but I do feel that there is, because you're worried about the hurricanes, etc., I do feel the pines in this picture are quite still. And you're on the other side of the mountain. When I was looking at this picture, I did say you're on the other side of the mountain. So I feel as if there is protection there. You like it? I like it too, because it is through our challenges that we grow the most. It sounds counterintuitive, but if everything's going la-di-da in life and everything falls into place, we don't learn anything. Whereas if we have to overcome a challenge, we learn and grow as human beings. It's true though, Cassandra. It's true. That without pressure, and just to give you an example, the most brilliant and perfect diamond is the one where the coal has been pressurized to unimaginable pressure. Kiki, welcome in. So I always like applying it to diamonds because I feel like I'm a diamond. With all the pressure in life I've had, it's like I'm diamond material. In the big scheme of the universe, I'm diamond material. So, Sabs, hopefully that resonates with you. Now go get some rest and have some sweet dreams tonight. Your night anyway. You're welcome, Sabs. But get some rest. You need it. Thank you, Sabs. And I'm sure everybody thanks you for your energy. It's always fantastic. Okay. Now, I do have to move a sub. Okay. Horse-drawn portrait, you are up now. Oh. Hopefully horse-drawn portrait is still hanging around. There you are. I knew you were still there. I just didn't know whether away from keyboard. Horse-drawn portrait, can you understand an intolerance to a food has actually caused some stomach issues? Like, lactose intolerance or something along those lines. I get a little bit of a queasy feeling. Okay. That's all right, as long as you can recognize it. It's strange what my guides give me to start things off. I've just learnt not to question them. And can you understand an issue with a refrigerator? I feel like the seal or the door doesn't auto shut, or the seal, there's something wrong with the seal. No, I didn't mean that, but not really. Okay, I'm going to turn this over because I feel you're at a crossroads. I feel real life has taken a priority. Okay. I need to put out this first line. I feel as if real life has taken a priority. Yeah. But there's a juggling of money going on. And I feel a partner now, I don't know whether to read this as a partner has offered but nowhere near enough, or has offered with toxic conditions. Just let me know if either of those resonate. Okay. You expect to pay your share. You haven't been handed conditions. Okay. That's all right. There's a Taurus energy that keeps coming up here. So what's that? Late April through May. It's a very stubborn energy that's coming through, and I'm not sure whether I'm picking up on your self-force storm portrait or whether I'm picking up on a fear. Okay. I still get an offer from a partner. So even though you have an expectation to pay your share, I feel someone is trying to lighten your load. And it's lovely when people around us try and lighten our load. And I get that you know exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm just trying to read what's on this. Darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery is written on the card. Okay, yeah, there's a maternal figure here that plays prominent in whatever this is. And you may have found yourself doing things that you normally wouldn't. Your number 7, Morphle. You're number 7 in the queue. And that's without... I do have to boost Charlie, so I have to boost subs. They're the ones that pay for everybody else's reads. And what do you mean yet, Morphle? Stacy's been here for ages more, and Liv Humada's been here for a lot longer. Because I hadn't opened the queue yet. Okay, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I do feel as if there is a trip. And I feel that may even be by train or coach. I don't feel it's driving. It's by another means of transport. And I don't get air, so... Okay, I can get that by coach is acceptable. Is there a coach that has a horse's head on the side? I know the US has Greyhound. We have Crown. We have Greyhound and Crown, but it's nothing like US travel by coach. We actually have pretty luxurious coaches, so... I'm seeing like a horse's head on the side. Have you felt that your guides want to be mysterious with you at the moment? They're wanting me to keep certain details unclear. It's like a feeling of being alone, but you're actually not alone. I knew there was a mother figure. I feel Dad, you don't have anything to worry about with Dad. Dad follows Mum's lead. If that makes any sense to you at all. There you go. I do feel as if you will be greeted with open arms, and yet there is an indication here to take light steps. Now, when I say take light steps, communicate in a way that is light-hearted. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I do feel that the anger you're expecting from mother is being directed away from you. Someone else is upsetting mother. And it's not you, horse-drawn portrait. It's not you. I feel that the trip, there is going to be some anxiety, but I do get that the reunion is going to be pleasant enough to cope with. And hopefully that makes sense. But I do see, yeah, there is a trip by road, but I feel coach or train. And you said no to train. I don't feel you will be going it alone. I'm not being told sister. I'm just saying mother's focus is directed towards someone else. And the only other thing I'm getting, would sister have at least 2 baby daddies? Okay. I'm getting along those lines. Stepping outside of norms. And it's not you, it's being directed to. Mother's looking in another direction. So it's not you. So please stop putting this off while mother's gaze is taken by somebody else's blah. You'll be able to pull in the reins, so to speak. But I feel this needs to happen sooner rather than later. And it's like I'm not even sure why. But there is a push to have it sooner rather than later. Which oracle would you like? Horse-drawn portrait, vintage wisdom, sign of the times, law of positivism, magic of unicorns, energy and spirit. You can let me pick. I'm thinking sign of the times for you as well. Because I feel as if something like mystery is going to turn up, or something along the lines of, if we delay something, it gives the anxiety more hold. Whereas if we make up our mind and just do it, then we've got a clear shot. Make up our minds and just do it. And the anxiety stays away then, or at least doesn't have a chance to grow. Okay. I feel it'll be opportunities or if you go in wanting to set those boundaries straight away, yeah, they're going to be unpleasant. But if you go in and suss out the situation and sit back, yeah, if it's important to you, definitely don't let them walk over your boundaries, but don't go in there demanding. And I am back. It is me this end. My bit rate's going up and down. So forgive me for that. It's not the it's not the fact that I've got a cold. The bit rate was fine when I had a cold. The bit rate was fine when I had a cold, and now it's gone up and down like a yo-yo. Okay. So, horse-drawn portrait, here we go with your oracle. You know me, I will always come back if at all possible. Okay. Clouds just popped out. So if clouds reappear, as I'm shuffling the oracle, are you waiting for somebody's holidays to come around, horse-drawn portrait? Are you waiting for somebody's holidays to come around? As in, for someone to go with you. You're waiting for holidays. Whether that is you get invited for Thanksgiving or one of those holidays. I'm not sure. Don't wait for holidays. Okay, here we go. Feather, messages. I did say your guides were playing some sort of magic on me. And I am going to put my specs on. So bear with me. Okie dokie, there go the specs. They match my top today, so that's good. I'm feeling like there are guides around you pushing you to do this now rather than later. And Crystal Banner, who does the Sign of the Times cards, says an encounter with a feather is the equivalent of a divine special message. If you find a feather on a walk or randomly notice one out your window, it's connecting you to the wonder of the spirit world. Be open and receptive to the messages the universe is sending at this time. The black feather pictured in the sand is a message that you are surrounded by your angels and a reminder to be open to their wisdom and guidance. A divine presence is watching over you and wants to pass along an encouraging message. Remain open to the insights you receive at this time. You are being gifted with information that will assist you in your journey, if only you stop and listen. The colour of the feather you come across has its own special meaning. An additional meanings Crystal Banner has for this is You are on the right path. Pay attention to messages. Someone wants to communicate with you, which is what I get in terms of family. Someone does want to communicate with you. Look out for a meaningful call, text, or email. And hopefully that resonates with you, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I know you have healthy skepticism. You saw a white squirrel today. Ah, I think that's purity of intent. White squirrels are rare. That much I do know. We don't have them here in Australia like other countries, but they are rare. And purity of intent is usually what is driving seeing something that rare. If it was a white peacock, I would have said something totally different. But Horse-Drawn Portrait, hopefully that resonates with you. And Van Not White, welcome in. And yes, Purposeful Tortoise, I am getting there. I do have to boost subs. But I've done 3 subs in a row. You're welcome. I do have to do a be right back because this cold is still hanging around me. And I've got to do something quite gross. So just know it is still there. And I will do Purposeful Tortoise next. And then Casintra. So I'm doing 1 non-sub for about every 4 subs. So that's a good ratio. But yeah, so I have to go and... That's okay. I know sometimes we go away from keyboard or like I get thrown off. And thank you for the hydrate, Horse-Drawn Portrait. Oh, I did need that. Oh, thank you. Horse-Drawn Portrait, you're amazing. I love having you in my streams. And I wish there was a way I could open up my mind and just project what's coming through. Because what I'm getting is clarity. You may not get everything you want, but the trip needs to happen and sooner rather than later. And I feel your guides are pushing you in that direction too. But anyway, I'll go and do my gross thing and then I'll be back. And if I do get kicked off stream, just know when I get back in the room, I'll be back. And I am back. Quino, welcome in. And yes, I do have a max of 10, trying to maintain the usual me. And let's see, I need to refund the stretch. Okay. There we go. And I need to hydrate. Oh, I don't think I've got enough coffee. Okay, yes, I've got enough coffee. So let's see what we do have. Purposeful Tortoise. And I need to use these again. Okay. Hopefully Purposeful Tortoise is there. And I'm trying to keep an eye on my bit rate at the same time as keeping an eye on The Q. Huh. I did hydrate. Did that get skipped? I'll hydrate again. I don't mind. I had been drinking Hydralyte. Hi, Purposeful Tortoise. I feel as if there's an issue with sleep. Would not be at all surprised if the Nine of Swords shows up. And yes, in answer to your question, my scrying workshop went really well on Saturday. Okay, there we go. There's an income. I feel, yeah, hard work. I do feel you may have heard about a job opportunity. There you go. And it's a bit overwhelming at the moment for you, Purposeful Tortoise. There you go. I'm glad I said it now. There's been some sleeplessness, and I feel it has to do with indigestion. Either indigestion or vertigo. I feel it's a health matter that is disrupting sleep. Yeah. The income opportunity is huge to you. You do have indigestion. Huh? I feel it may be disrupting your sleep. So consult with a healthcare professional to see if there's something that can be done. But I do feel that this income stream that is happening, or this job opportunity that is happening, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment, but this is a good thing. Well, if sleep disruption happens by thoughts, it's usually what we're thinking prior to going to sleep. And it is as simple as changing what we think prior to going to sleep. But I do feel this income is going to be making a huge difference. So I wouldn't necessarily focus on your thoughts at the moment. This income is, yeah, fill out the paperwork, definitely. And I'm not sure you feel overwhelmed. If it's bureaucratic stuff, I don't know what's happening planetarily. However, I'm dealing with bureaucratic nonsense, and pretty much everybody I know is, in a different way. So if it's filling out the paperwork, make sure that the paperwork details are complete. But I see it coming in anyway, so I feel you're on top of it. And it's not going to be that long. It's not going to be that long. So Purposeful Tortoise, I'll give it 9 days, and I feel it will be in your account. So once the paperwork is submitted, 9 days after that. So you'll have to let me know about the 9-day thing. Well, if it's already set, you need to fill out paperwork. Then it could be 9 hours. But this is what I mean about paperwork, bureaucracy. Seems to be a trend at the moment. Sorry to put tears. But 9 days is still good when you're dealing with bureaucracies. The worst German word ever invented. But I do feel as if that is a huge relief. Huge. And it comes with a bulk payment to start with. Can you understand that, Purposeful Tortoise? There's a bulk payment. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to leave it at that, Purposeful Tortoise. It's going to make everything easier. That is awesome, but I feel there's ongoing. Cassandra, you are up next. Lovely. Hello. Are you still streaming under Blind Luck Intuitive? Or are you streaming under Cassandra now? I need to know who to shout out. You're welcome, Purposeful Tortoise, and I know this is going to make a big difference. A big difference. Huge. Okay. I can do that. I've just shouted out Snowkai because Snowkai is a content creator. And Snowkai was first on my read list. Ah, there you go. Good on you for updating it. Now, I feel a bit like Alice in Wonderland with you, Cassandra. I feel as if there was one bad experience and it's changed everything. And I feel it has to do with word of mouth rather than it's somebody's word of mouth being loud. And it's one person. Just let me know if that resonates. One person being very loud in their opinion has changed a lot. For you anyway. I feel socially rather than anything else. I feel reputation rather than anything else. So social reputation. There you go. We've got it. It's like Alice in Wonderland. Seriously, it's the Cheshire Cat disappearing and reappearing, but I do feel as if socially, there you go. Did Stephen's mum find out about your tarot stuff? I feel other than this one thing, there's a social growth. You're feeling a bit overwhelmed by it, but there is a social growth. Okay. Oh, Stephen's mum's got a sharp tongue. There you go, kicked off about it again. Yeah. I come across those people all the time. Well, according to whom? I do get a sharp tongue energy, as in no mincing of words. No mincing of words, no chopping and changing. It's like, this is it. And even if this person is proved wrong, they won't change. Okay. I want to say keep kicking your authentic self. Ah, she's a Scorpio. There you go. I got it. It's like sharp tongue. Just know that as Scorpios, we may not have sharp tongue. We may have sharp tongues. But if you can dig beneath, you'll actually see a kindness that is protective. I know when you're going through a Scorpio sharp tongue, it's really difficult. But yeah, don't change yourself. And you've got a partner. Can I ask, it's not so much the English stuff. Can I ask, is it German or Dutch? Because I'm hearing words like I used to hear from my grandmother on my dad's side. Yeah. Just focus on the question, Lebanese. Okay, I can accept that. I feel the lady plays cards. Play cards with her, you'll be fine. And when I say cards, it's like canasta, it's like poker, it's could even be bridge or 21. But this lady plays cards and wants somebody to play cards with. So play cards with her. I feel you and Stephen have cemented your officialdom. There's just a few. I feel it's become ultra official. I feel it becomes, you and Stephen have become ultra official. There is a financial burden that needs to be sorted. Just let me know if that resonates. Two years in December. No, this is something that's more official. More official. There's just a few financial loose ends that need to be sewn up. Okay. But just understand that the words are more the Lebanese culture. Lebanese culture is very, very direct. And I feel someone is wanting to move away. Cassandra, if you can understand, someone is wanting to move away. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure what POTS is. There you go. That's one. That must be a new term. Don't worry, the Dutch I grew up with. Stephen moved back to his parents. Okay. That's okay. I do feel this had something to do with the tying up of the financial loose ends. It's like it was financially motivated. The move back to parents was motivated for you to have better. Okay. There you go. Someone is thinking about how to sew it up so that you don't lose anything. Four of Pentacles. I feel as if you're feeling trapped at the moment. The tachycardia I understand, but postural orthostatic tachycardia. Okay. Okay, that's why it's moving. I want to say it came as a shock, as if you received an email. No notice, just an email. It came as a shock. But I do feel stability, so I do see you getting back together. He hasn't gone to Penrith, has he? And just for everybody else in the viewers, I do know that Cassandra is in Australia and from New South Wales. But I get the sense of Penrith. Padstow. That's pretty close. That is pretty close. What is it? It's just south of Penrith, actually, isn't it? Or north? I should have a map or a globe or something in here with me. But Cassandra, I do see you building stability together. Yeah, see, I was close. I need a map or a globe. Yeah. And I feel as if it's creating, Bankstown, which isn't far from Penrith. I was in the area. And for a non-Sydneyite, I'm doing pretty good. I feel it's developing a business so that it can be together. It's weird, Cassandra. I'm not sure if you are following, but if you understand it, it's... I feel the mother is going to have more of a part. You may not like that, but I get that the mother has run a business before. Okay. I feel it will happen within a time period of like six. And I am back. There you go. I do feel... No, the stream's back. I'm back. Yeah, a time period of 6 weeks, 6 months. That's how close it is with setting up the business. And I feel Stephen's mother is going to have... excuse me, is going to have more influence, only because setting it up that way allows interaction between you and Stephen, if that makes any sense at all. And I've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom, and I do feel as if you're quite emotional hearing this. But I do feel to keep, I feel the business, Stephen's mother setting up the business is a way to keep the two of you together. It's almost like an excuse to keep the two of you together. So she's actually on your side. As I said with Scorpios, you've got to dig a little deeper past the Scorpio tongue. If you can look past that Scorpio tongue, I would say 90% of Scorpios, even with their sharp tongue, have nothing but love underneath. Okay, well, Cassandra, you know me. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, I know. It's a Scorpio curse. But anyone that takes the effort to dig gets the benefits. But I do feel you will be playing cards with Stephen's mother. And I feel it will be over, as you said, sitting with a cup of tea. We're intense when we feel lonely. Just to give you a little Scorpio insight, or a female Scorpio insight, when Scorpios are lonely, they tend to get very intense. So sit down and have a cuppa with her. Play some cards with her. Because I feel she likes playing cards. And all she's been able to play is solitaire. Yeah. So team up with this lady. I think you two could do some real fun damage. And that's what I have for you, Cassandra. And best of luck with the name change. Ah, there you go. You can confirm it. Yeah, if you take a little time to dig deeper, you'll get Scorpio's loyalty, which never ever ends. Yeah, there you go, Cassandra. If she's playing solitaire all the time, she actually likes card games, is what I get. So find out what card games she likes, learn them, and have your tea over cards. But I do feel a good bond between the two of you. And Scorpios love people with boundaries, so don't fear that standing up to her is going to be judged. But Stacia, thank you for confirming that loneliness brings out intensity. Yeah, I got that a few years ago now, Cassandra. A few years ago. Okay, Liv Humata. And I know I've been dropping out, and here's where the queue really starts to speed up. Because I kept dropping out. The bit rate hasn't been fantastic for some reason. You're welcome. I'll be coming to see you for a return of the reads. And just remember, I am running a comp to do a dual stream with me. It's just by guessing what car I drive. And colour, make, model. And the person who gets the closest, and Supra will be choosing the winner. Through several streams, Supra, who comes and makes my coffee, will be choosing the winner. No, not a red hatch. So you can guess as many times as you like, but the person that guesses the closest not Honda, but the person that guesses the closest in description. And just remember that, Stasia, I do have to let you know that cars in Australia are named differently to cars in the US. So the more descriptive you can be of what type of car, the better. And I'll give you all a hint because there's not many in the chat. It's not blue. Okay? Or red. So you get 2 clues. I haven't given any other clues to anyone else. But the person that gets the closest, and I won't be choosing it, it will be Sabra, who makes my coffee for me, will be choosing. So let's see. Liv Humada was not in the viewers. Okay, Stasia, it is you. I should have bumped it up. Stasia, can you understand writing something down? Look, I can tell you, for example, what we would think as, there you go. I feel there's success in writing a story. Oh, Kasincha, bye. There's success in writing a story. As in putting it down on paper. Or I use Google Docs for mine, but yeah, I feel this has history to it. This is sort of like a family tree, but written in a way that is non-fiction. Written in a way that's fiction, sorry. I got it round the wrong way. Written in a way that's fiction. It's like making a story out of a family tree. Ah, you use the free version of Evernote. Okay. Breenie, welcome in. The queue is still open. Okay. There's an excited energy around you at the moment that's... It's almost like I'm jumping out of my seat. It's good to see you too, Breenie. So, Stasia, if you can understand about an excited energy where you're jumping out of your seat. There you go. And I feel there may have been an introduction of a new pet. Okay. An introduction of a new pet. Oh, your sister had a... No, I'm not getting a new baby, but it's good that your sister had her baby on the 12th of last month. That is good. But you're making space for your baby. I see you making space for your baby. You don't have a pet at the moment. That's okay. I see you making space for your baby. As in your child. Okay, I want to say it's either a Maltese Shih Tzu is what I'm seeing. So it's a smallish type dog. Okay. There's surprising... That's the range you want. Yeah, I see Maltese Shih Tzu, can't change it. I do get that there's a surprise acknowledgement that's happened. I feel as if, even with your sister's baby, were you asked to be godparent? There you go. But there's a surprise acknowledgement. I feel as if you're being welcomed back into the fold. As in, you're welcomed back into something that was generational. I feel there might be a similar name too. I feel there might be a sharing of a name with the new child. There you go. You're not quite liking that, but you'll accept that it was done on good feelings. It was done out of respect rather than... Okay, I do feel like you're taking charge of you're successfully taking charge of promotion or a shop. Promotion, shop, podcast. Because look what card came up next. You're successfully taking the reins of promotion, podcast, or a shop. Aren't podcasts the new shops? There you go. I see you successfully taking charge. And I feel as if sister has something to do with the idea. And I'm not sure whether it's jewelry. Get your running shoes on because it's going to happen quick. It could be both then. And it's going to happen quick. There you go. The podcast and the jewelry, it's like a team made to be. You're worried about your differences, your different approaches to life, and the different paths you've walked. Okay, I wouldn't worry about the differences. I would worry more about if you can complete each other. I feel your sister may have had an easy journey and you've had to fight every step of the way. And sister can be a bit luxurious. And you're worried about that spending side. Don't. Just know when to put your hand up and say stop. You're also having some success with gaining attention from possible partners, because I do see your social life is picking up too. You need to get your running shoes on. This is like all going to happen at once. But I feel you've been able to catch the eye of several suitors. You're just sussing them out at the moment. Yes, there you go, Stasia. You know the questions to ask now because you've had that prior hurt. You know not to invest unless they're investing. But yeah, get your running shoes on. I feel that this is like going to happen all at once. And it will allow you to keep distance from potential suitors because there's a justified busy reason. I do feel now is the time to start consolidating the dreams, like the shop, the podcast, and working out how to promote. And that's what I have for you, Stasia. I like this reading for you. This is like, yeah, Kingmaker. Definitely suss out the suitors. We can attract a lot of people, but it doesn't mean we're going to gel well with them. It doesn't mean look, there can be so many good people out there. So many good people. It doesn't mean we're meant to be with them just because they're a good person. We can be friends with them all the time, but yeah, a good person doesn't mean they're right for us. So, yeah. Okay. Brachial. There you are. Still in the viewers. I wouldn't say sage level wisdom. I'm human. I can make errors. I know what I'm picking up from the cards, but am I presenting it the way it should be presented? Time will tell. But I get this excitement. It's like, if I was a baseball fan, I would say I'm knocking them for 6. I know that's cricket. I'm knocking them out of the park. That's a baseball analogy, isn't it? Yes, the stream is still going, Brachial. You are up now. It is your turn. Yeah, knocking them out of the park. In Australia, we have cricket mainly. And it's knocking it for 6. If you go over the boundary, it's 6, as in points. So don't have the feed. That's okay. Are you refreshed now? Your turn is still on. Baraki, your turn is still on. If you have a question, just let me know. I feel it's love related though. Sorry. I do get a love related feeling. As in you want a love read. All you have to do now is say yes, no. Just so I know I've moved on from one reading to one energy to another. Stasia, are you able to let Bracky know how I do my reads? I can't type and shuffle at the same time, unfortunately. Okay. I'll see if I can answer that question. I'm feeling there's a bit nervousness on age. I feel your birthday is an important birthday, as in ends in 5 or 0, unless it's 21. Ends in 5 or 0. The coming birthday. Welcome back, Quino. Just a yes or a no, Bracky, Baraki. No, I'm not saying age is the essence, but I feel that your upcoming birthday ends in a 5 or a 0 or 21. It's an important birthday. Just a yes or a no is fine at the moment. Okay. No. Okie dokie. I feel there might be a work-based dispute going on at the same time as confusion within a relationship. And have a look what came up. The Lovers card. I feel there's two things going on at the moment. There's a workplace dispute. And I feel there's not much support. It's like you're acting solo. And now that I have 4 cards, I can read it. It's as if you're acting by yourself. You've been left to deal with it by yourself. Sorry, I keep forgetting the French. Uno. I feel you're dealing with a work situation by yourself, without support. Okay. I do feel that there is someone there, Bracky. I do feel as if there's someone there. You're unemployed. That makes sense. You're not for long. There's an opportunity. And let's see if my French geography is okay. Okay. I feel as if I'm in the Loire region of France. The Loire region of France. Belgian, not French. Okay, then you're near a river. That's okay if you're Belgian and not French. There was a lot of chat going on when we were having the French discussion, but you're near a river. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, Bracky. Think black. I'm not familiar with Belgium. So you're located near a river is what I'm picking up. I feel as if you're still stuck on someone from the past. Just reading, yeah. It's like wishing someone from the past would come back. And Stasia will let you know I don't change certain things. In terms of me and what I see, such as the river, yeah. The apology may or may not come, but do you want to stay still for that long? I do see an employment opportunity, and it's local. That's why I was getting the river. Or the valley. That's okay. I do feel it's local. I'm not going to change that. I do feel you're stuck on an X, and it's as if you're stuck in a rose bush. It's as if the prickles have got you and you can't break free at the moment. So if you're wanting things to change, try and break free and forgive. At some point, we can move on if we forgive. Forgiveness isn't that the other person was right in what they did. Forgiveness is for us and allowing us to move on. So Baraki, hopefully that resonates with you. I do feel as if there is a local employment opportunity that will happen, and it will bring more than just employment. So please get unstuck from your ex. Because at the bottom of the deck, I got the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is holding up love. It was the Knight, Knight of Cups. So not 9. and the Knight was holding up love. So make sure you recover. Yes, sometimes I think the same thing. The Australian accent is hard to understand. The Knight of Cups is holding up love. Thank you, Van, not White. Oh, amongst my Australian friends, I'm actually considered a snob in the way I speak. So you will, but you need to recover now. You need to recover being stuck. Okay. Thank you, Stasia. A snob, in Australian language, a snob is somebody who is elitist. And Charlie, it is your turn. You're welcome, Bracky. Thank you for trusting me to read for you. Hi, Charlie. Welcome in. I do feel you're caught in... Now, this is for Charlie. I do feel that you're caught in an environment of mistrust, and I feel this is political. Can you understand that, Charlie? An environment of mistrust. Yes, I can understand that, Van, not White. No, the Kiwis actually have accentuated vowels. They use the vowel name all the time. So, fish and chips. A little bit. Okay. I feel the reason I said that, Charlie, is it's made you cautious. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Shush. Can you understand it's made you a little anxious, Charlie? Okay. I feel there's some success in your life that has started. There is movement forward with success in your life. The work is getting you anxious. Don't let it. Just keep doing what you're doing. I get that, Baraki, I get it. You'd love Blue Light Oracle. An Aussie originally from New Zealand. Charlie, I do feel as if you need to continue. This is just a minor storm. It's like walking into a wind. Yeah. There's good news coming from your perseverance here, Charlie. And it's going to be positive news. Almost rich. You can't see it yet. I do feel as if you're considering walking away from this opportunity. Just understand, factors out of your control are making the current situation seem worse. I get a good income, a stable, steady income, and things will settle. Taco, welcome in. Things will settle down. You've got the star, Charlie. You know how much I love the star. Yes, you're next, Morphley. I would thank all of the other subs that you get a free reading. Okay. Charlie, I do believe that there is more opportunity staying where you are than moving on. And Charlie, I know you go back and watch the VODs. You're just tired of somebody benefiting from your labor. Morphley, it might be a good idea if you thank all of the subs that allow you to get a free reading. And yes, then you can type in your question. You're in two minds of whether to walk away, Charlie. From what I'm seeing, please don't. There are good opportunities for better starting from where you are. Okay. You thought you'd be able to have fun, but you feel weighed down. Just know that things will become lighter from now on, Charlie. And I've got the Emperor as the bottom of the deck. I do feel as if there is promotion opportunity. And you had to get to this point of tiredness, exhaustion, anxiety. But you're doing good, Charlie. You're doing very good. And hopefully that resonates with you, Charlie. Thank you. But keep persevering, Charlie. Okay, I don't need a context, but now, Morphly, did you thank all of the subs that are in the queue for your free reading? And I'm not an astrologist, so I don't need astrological. That's better, Morphly. Thank you. Thank you to all the subs who allow everybody to get a read. Okay, I'm just... Okay. Short answer, no, you won't be in a relationship. But we'll see what the cards say. Short answer, no. I feel the fight, there were some negative things said on both sides. But I feel the word, thank you, Charlie, and thank you for your ongoing support. I feel the word unstable may have been used, and I don't know who used it. So, Morphly, can you resonate with what I've said? A yes or a no will be fine. Okay, that's not... A yes or a no will be fine, Morphly. Should I stop reading for people who don't follow instructions? Because I'm feeling like... Well, you don't sub, Morphly, so one question is enough. Now I've forgotten what I've said. I've broken my... No, you can just say yes or no, Morphly. Okay, I don't need the context. I've said that. I said no. No relationship in the future. So I think I'm going to leave it there because, okay, Stasia, Breenie, Taco, Quino, please pop up with what you think. Please pop up with what you think. I keep repeating myself and it takes so long to get through the readings. Do you think my instructions were clear? I'm quite willing to understand that my instructions weren't clear. Yeah, thank you, Quino. What about Breenie? What do you think I should do? You're a content creator. Okay, thank you, Taco, for letting me know my instructions were clear. And yes, I'm moving on. Okay. Morphly, if my instructions are clear to everyone, I need that from you as well. So I will move on. Okay, that's because Morphly just, yeah. Yasmin Tux. There you go. Yasmin Tux is there. And if English is your second language, let me know. The how I do my readings is listed in the About Me on my profile. Oh, Stasia, is that... It's like... Yeah, that's the feeling I got. I actually said plain and simple right at the start. But... Okay. I'm quite accepting if English is a second language. But let me know. Okay. Okie dokie. But I can't spend 5 minutes on please repeat a yes or a no. Is what I said a yes or a no? Yeah, that's how it works. It's in the About Me section. Okay, and Yasmin Tux isn't there. And if you do get thrown to an ad, let me know you're in an ad. Van Not White. And yeah, nobody gets skipped that way. Nobody gets skipped. Hey, Van Not White. Okay. I'm feeling a money question. Just a yes or a no. See? Just a yes or a no. There we are. And it's more to do with, have I made the right decision? No, that's okay. Okay. I want to turn over the cards. Okay. I get that there's a feeling of walking away from something. No. Then it's walking towards. Yeah, walking towards. So there's an application out there. Van Not White, there's an application out there. Because I feel this financial struggle No, you didn't say what the question was. I feel that the financial to and fro has been going on for some time. Ah, can you understand a time period of 8 months, 8 years? So the screenplay, did it take you 8 months or 8 years? Could be 8 weeks. Some people write really quickly when they're inspired. You did write it fast. Then I want to say a time period of 8. at one point you didn't like what you wrote. I do feel there's editing needs to be done. Why can't I get the happily ever after reads, etc.? I feel you will hear from them with the screenplay being sent back with a lot of changes. You managed to fix it up. That's what I got. At some point, you didn't like it. I do see it coming back with a lot of changes. Don't take that personally. Please do not take that personally, Van Not White. You will be able to work together with your literary agency if you don't take it personally. I feel it's quickly coming back to you. And I feel you may have waited a long time for that to happen. Okay. Well, then that could be the 8 weeks. You'll get it back in 8 weeks. I do feel your writing is good, but it was a bit disjointed. Can you understand passive aggressive as it relates to the script? Okay, no. There's a desire for the income to come in. I want to say, Van Not White, make sure that income isn't your primary focus. Yes, we need it to live, but I feel at the moment it is the primary focus. I'm glad it's passion for this one, because make the changes or follow the literary agent's suggestions. Can you understand that this is for spoken word? The script is actually more about the spoken word. I know screenplays have direction. Yeah, I feel it's more the spoken word than the direction. I do feel as if it will come back with changes to be made. So yes, you will be able to work with this agency. Yes, the writing format needs to be the spoken word. If that makes sense to you. But I feel you will be able to work together. The suggestions will be productive. It's like constructive criticism. I can handle criticism as long as it's constructive. I do feel there's a rewrite though. So I'm glad it's passion, not money. I do get that money's an issue at the moment. Okay. Now. And Brainy, lovely. understand someone looking for a sunken boat. A sunken boat. Someone's looking for it. And I feel it's not far from you. Not that you're aware of. Then I need to go on to something different. I feel within your family someone has changed their name. Within your family someone has changed their name. Just a yes or a no. A yes or a no or in ad. Okay. Then I need to say somebody has taken somebody's name. Okay. Who's involved in salvaging? As in thrift hunting, searching for things underground, under earth. Salvage. I feel I'm close. When I say that, I'm close. No idea. Then you're going to have to do some investigating. It's someone within family. And I feel as if I'm on mother's side when I say this. There's friendships that have dominated, and I want to say they're a bit confusing. A little bit confusing. And it's almost like time has stood still when nothing has happened. And I feel as if that has to do with friends confusing a situation, or friends' interpretation of a situation. I do feel a celebration is around the corner, but there's been interruption from friends. And it's almost like the friends are saying your worst fears. Not sure. There you go. Okay. I keep getting taken to docks, as in a dock coming out of into a lake. I'm sensing there's a sale of a property that's not really, you're not really 100% comfortable doing it, but there's a big move happening. And I know I haven't done my usual, I've got to get something of evidence, but it's like you don't want to sell, but you will. There you go. There's something that you are going to sell that you don't really want to. And it's going to be because it gets you to a better place. But I want to say things are quite happy now. Blue Just Plays, welcome in. Things are quite happy. Socially, family, spiritually. There's a bit of disruption on the money front. And I feel like that's globally. So to me, a little bit of disruption on the money front, that's globally. It'll all tie together. And hopefully you'll understand the things I've given you today, Brainy, how they all come together. If you actually look at the magician, or in this case it's the alchemist, things look a mess. But the alchemist has all the tools needed for the fool's journey. And I feel that's with you. Your fear is that you're waiting for the disaster to happen. There is no disaster. There's ups and downs, yes. And I feel now is a down time on the money side. But other than that, things are going from strength to strength. And I feel the number 34 has some impact. I'm not seeing it on a letterbox. I'm just seeing the number 34. Ah, it's a gamble. I see it on the up and up. It's like a little down at the moment. But the economy is a little down at the moment. And we're talking globally. So I can't take credit for that bit. I feel as if the new business is not alone. You're doing it with somebody. And it does allow you freedom to enjoy life. So just pay attention to all of those other things that I got, because I'm getting that things are pretty good. Your fears of things going backwards are returning. That's the only thing I have, Breenie. Your fears of going backwards. It's almost like they disturb your sleep. Even though I didn't get my usual sleep cards come up. But there's a fear of the clock rewinding. The divine timing clock never rewinds. So hopefully that resonates for you, Breenie. There's a change of name. I can't get past the change of name. So keep that in mind. Okay. Constant nightmares. Yeah, it's like I fear the divine timing clock rewinding. And no, it doesn't rewind. The divine timing clock keeps moving forward. It's just the lessons we learn from the down times drive us. Okay, Quino. And hopefully Quino is still there. And my bit rate is looking much more stable. Yay. Hello, Quino. I feel that there's never going back again. Yeah, that could be why I'm getting the divine timing clock never rewinds. But if we can learn the lesson from it, we can move forward quicker. But have a think about what I gave you, because it was very specific and my guides told me to keep going forward. Now, Quino, I feel as if there's safety is a priority at the moment. There's something that's made you feel a little unsafe. Just a little. I hope so for your sake, Breenie. Thank you. And yes, please give Breenie a follow. There you go. Something's made you feel a little unsafe. I'm going to have to turn over the cards for this one, Quino. Oh, you're welcome, Breenie, as always. We started this weird journey at the same time, or became affiliate at the same time. Can't remember which one. Okay. I do feel as if dipping into that safety net, if it's financial, is going to help you forward. But you do need to take action, because I feel staying still. Yeah, we've come so far. Staying still is only keeping you stuck, Quino. I do feel that you're seeing the negative side of yourself at the moment, where you should be seeing the fun, positive side of yourself. And again, I've got the sleep card this time. I do feel as if something is keeping you awake, Quino. And I feel it may be negative words spoken. There's a saying, I can't attribute it to anyone at the moment. I think it's Anthony Hopkins. What people say about me is none of my business. Yes, it is Sir Anthony Hopkins. What people say about me is none of my business. And I feel you've made it your business and it's intruded into your life. Just know, Quino, you're smarter than that. There you go. Was I right with Sir Anthony Hopkins? I believe I was. No, but I feel it's not a specific person. This is an inner fear. This is shadow stuff. I'm glad you have self-respect. But I feel your shadow self is coming forward. And I don't use that term very often, Quino. Vishnu, welcome in. I don't use the term shadow self very often, but I feel your shadow self has re-emerged. Just let me know if that resonates, Quino. Because I'm feeling communication is key here. All the things we dislike about ourselves, that's our shadow self. And I feel those have come up quite significantly for you, Quino. It's like I'm not as energetic as I need to be. There's definitely a fast change in it though. But it's you that needs to take action. No, it's not shadow work, Kiki. I'm not picking up shadow work. But every now and again, our shadow self dominates. We're always going to have a shadow self. We can't fix everything. We can accept, but we can't fix everything. And Quino, I feel it is you have to take action. There you go, isolated. Yeah, you have to take action. And if it means taking a little shaving off the safety net, then do it. Because I think I've said before, to me, queens are always the person I'm reading for. And the Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I do feel that you will come out on top. And you will come out stronger than before. But you do need to take action at the moment. Even if it's little action, you do need to get things moving. Yeah. Once you take that action, everything else you will understand. Because once you start moving, things will pick up quickly for you. And have a look. You've got a little leprechaun in the corner with his pot of gold. Now you might understand why I say take action. Because you had the Ace of Swords after that. And I am going to need to take a personal break. So when I come back, Kiki will be next. I still have a little bit of the flu going on, but I will be back. I just don't want to do all the sinusy stuff. Thank you, Quino, because I know not much of it made sense, but I do know taking action now, even if it means using some of that safety net or using some of your inner strength, is going to be worth it and more valuable as you keep going. Because once you start the process, it's going to go swiftly. So I will be back as soon as I can. And I can't give you an estimate on the time, sorry. sorry for the hiccup. I'm sorry to see Blue Just Plays leave. I wasn't expecting any help today, and I had Kim turn up with some beautiful seafood. It was awesome. However, that puts me in a little bit of a food digesting thing. So let me put up the list for everybody. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if the sound's working. And yes, Kiki was going to be next. And when I had the flu, my bit rate did not go there. Thank you, Kiki. My bit rate stayed pretty stable and I'm still a bit snuffly, but my bit rate stayed pretty standard. And as soon as I am well enough to do more hours, the bit rate's all over the place. It's already kicked me off three times. And yes, but I did have Kim turn up with seafood. So I had seafood for my dinner. So I need to digest a bit. So feel free to ask me any questions. You can pick my brain. Oh, New Beans is back. And yeah, New Beans, I've seen you pop in and out a few times. But yeah. But it has been because I've had the flu. And I've had the Be Right Back go up a few times only because I don't want to blow my nose on stream. I want to save you all that horrible noise. And it was salmon, calamari, and prawns and scallops all mixed in. Well, they were all separate, but then there was a bok choy peppered mix, which was nice. Just what my body needs is those vitamins after having the flu. And I'm just wondering if I've lost any from the queue. Yeah, Light Seeker. I've lost. Taco's still there. Yeah. But let's see if I can get some better light. Because, yes, the sun has gone down. And this coming weekend, Australia goes into daylight savings. Or Victoria, where I am, goes into daylight savings. Which means for most of you, my stream will start an hour earlier. So we'll see how that goes. Does anybody else have daylight savings where they are? And does it impact you? I know for me, the summer one where we lose an hour impacts me big time. But how does daylight savings impact you if you are impacted by it? I'm just curious. Are you affected by it, Taco? As in, yeah, my whole thinking pattern gets affected. And I'm like, no wonder farmers don't like it. Stacia and Kiki. No wonder animals don't like it and farmers hate it because they have to get up an hour earlier to milk the cows. Because the cows don't know that you've instituted daylight savings. And also, if you're getting your astrological birth chart done, they have to know which region you were born in and whether daylight savings was there or not. When I was born, Australia did not have daylight savings at all. At all. It was only introduced in the 70s. So it's like, why on earth introduce it when you've got street lighting? It made absolutely no sense that as soon as you could light up the streets, they thought, oh, it's a brilliant idea. We'll just have an extra hour during summer of daylight. And it's like, no, not a good idea at all. In Australia, it just meant the middle of the day at noon was massively hot. And good for the cricket, or there's some places in Australia that do practice siestas. Good for them, but not good for the rest of us. And it's like, yeah, no wonder farmers hate it. And it really messes with my mind. It's like, I'll lose a week just getting used to daylight savings time changes. Does that happen to anybody else? Where you virtually lose a week, or you can't keep up with what day it is? That's how it impacts me. I'm glad there's technology, because at least I can put it in my phone and have my phone remind me that I need to stream. That's what I like about technology, is it can remind me when I forget. I wasn't this way in my 20s. In my 20s, I was okay with it. But when I was just before my 20s, I wasn't okay. And I suppose once I hit 40, it started getting a bit, but... So yes, I was born when Australia didn't have daylight savings. And I went and got my birth chart done. And the 30-something-year-old that did my birth chart, assumed that daylight savings existed. So I gave the person my birth time, which was known at the time. And I sort of looked at it and I said, this is completely wrong. And she says, no, it's not. I did it all. And she went through how she calculated it and what she did. Great astrologer, by the way. And then said, oh, you're in Melbourne. And I said, yes, I was born in Melbourne. I was born in Melbourne CBD. So she had the degrees of where I was born down pat. And then it's like, and it was November, so daylight savings would have kicked in, which makes your birth... I said, no, there was no daylight savings. And so then my birth chart was redone, and it was totally different. It's like, okay, that explains a whole lot now. That's a bit more accurate. And I am back once again. That makes it 5 times I've been kicked off stream. But Kiki, let's not waste any more time. It is your read. And I'll see how I go, because it's getting harder to restart the stream. So just bear that in mind as I go through the reads. Now,